Hey Pokemon sellers, do you need some help tracking your expenses, purchases, and sales so you better know your profitability? Have you tried multiple spreadsheets or bookkeeping software, but you're just not satisfied with the results? Or maybe you gave up altogether and aren't sure where you stand in your finances. Let me walk you through some of the best options to track your numbers and know what's happening in your business. My name is Johnny Petrucco, sports card tax guy. I have a number of Pokemon clients as well. I'm a QuickBooks Pro advisor, tax pro. I want to talk to you about the importance, first of all, of having good bookkeeping and good record keeping. On the one hand, there's taxes. It helps make that time easier. But I'm more concerned about operationally. What can you do to help you better understand your business that doesn't take too much time? You see, you can be super detailed and spend much of your time doing the things you don't love. You should be focused on what you love about this business. Buying and selling, talking to people, enjoying the hobby. Should you spend 20 hours a week on administrative details? I don't think so. So there is a trade-off on how much time should you spend to get up to an accuracy level that's acceptable. To get to a 100% accuracy level might require 20 hours a week. And so there is a threshold here. But operationally, what is something that is reliable, of course, that is real numbers, but doesn't take you very long and is actually quite useful for your decision making? Secondarily, there are certain things we need to do in case of an audit, if that ever would happen, having receipts, having a good tracking mechanism. And some receipts are more important than others. And so there's the tax side as well. I'm going to explain there's three kind of options I would recommend for people that are tracking their purchases and sales and expenses. But go ahead and book a call with me if you just want to chat, or if you are interested in getting some help for getting your business set up, whether you're just starting or if you've been going for a little while, and how I can just be of an assistance for you. So with that, reach out, but let's jump into those three things. This first option is more suitable for larger businesses and typically for LGS or LCS shop owners. That is a POS barcoding system. You can sticker all of your inventory. Now that's a lot of upfront work, but if you do it one time, you can put your cost in, and then every time you get new inventory, if you have under $1 or under $10 cards, you don't have to inventory each one. You can just apply one kind of barcode to it, but it depends on whatever method you choose. Nevertheless, it is a lot of upfront work, but for those that want a very clean method that is quite good, of course, that's just the purchase side. And so you do need the operating expenses. And that's where the second option is going to be where most people should fall into. That is the bookkeeping software. Option 3 is a spreadsheet. So I'm going to go through both of these mainly, and you can determine what's best for you. And if you want to meet with me, I provide these setup and consultations where I can custom one of these options for you. But starting with a bookkeeping software, I recommend 3 different softwares to choose from: QuickBooks, Xero, and Wave. A major benefit of these softwares are connecting your bank account and credit card. Assuming by now you want to try to not commingle funds, it's okay when you do that. You can just tag personal, but increasingly you want to get that less. And check out this other video I have for getting set up as a Pokemon reseller and tax deductions and just general startup advice. But your bookkeeping software gets the transactions automatically onto a bank feed, and then you would categorize that using a chart of accounts, which is categories on what kind of expenses you have. You can set up rules that automate seeing the same kind of expense. You can apply that to the same category. There are also integrations with eBay and PayPal and Shopify and other common apps like that to automate your processes. There's a bank reconciliation feature. There is the ability to invoice. There's a number of features that you're paying for. And most of my clients are on QuickBooks, which is normally the top recommendation. However, I'm not sure the future if I'm going to keep pushing people to QuickBooks. They have changed a number of things and they're still the top player, but Xero is a very qualified and reputable software as well. The price point for QuickBooks, I believe now it's $38 for the simple start. As a pro advisor, I have a number of people that I provide a subscription for. I can give you 30% off. But then Xero, I believe, is at $20 a month, and they don't provide discounts. So that's the comparison. There's also a QuickBooks Ledger and Zero Ledger for smaller features that is suitable for a number of guys that are just starting out. That's about $10 a month, so much more reasonable. Your third option, Wave, has a free plan, which does not link the bank account. So I wouldn't fully recommend that. You want to automate that piece. And it's $16 a month for the paid plan. So there's some work involved in getting it set up properly, but once you get it going and you have a routine of processing things, it's very empowering and helpful to pull your profit and loss report. If you put things in correctly, you'll begin to see some insights. Now, a major piece here is your purchases and inventory. Now there's a number of methods that I use on how to determine cost of goods sold, and I can get into that on another video. But whatever method you choose, we can put that in a manual way with an adjustment each month. You can even sync your Google Sheet into your bookkeeping system. So if you track your inventory there are some integrations that you can set up. But nevertheless, having a bookkeeping software, great idea. At a minimum, it could be $10 a month, up to $38. And I think it's well worth it if you are wanting to see really where you stand in your profitability. Not to mention, come tax time, makes things so much easier. And you can even pre-plan. I do a number of tax planning for people. And so when November comes, we can try to see your profitability and determine some decisions that we can make to help reduce your taxable income or shift here and there. And so that is quite helpful. So this third option is where most people start with a spreadsheet. And I consider myself an Excel nerd. I love everything to do with Google Sheets and Excel. Very fun to build formulas and automations. And this is honestly the building block for even QuickBooks and Xero and Wave is a basic spreadsheet. And you can build powerful tools, especially with Zapier and other integrations. You can have quite a good setup with Google Sheets. A major limitation though is it's not secure if you find out a way to pull your bank feed into a Google Sheet. I would not recommend that. And that's going to be one of your major advantages of a bookkeeping software. One workaround is if you use a budgeting app, there are some free budgeting apps out there that allow you to connect your bank account. You could use that for your business if you're really trying to pinch your penny. Or of course you can export your credit card and bank transactions, put that onto your spreadsheet and then add some categories to it. You can build out a dashboard so you can check out your profit and loss, any other analytics you want to measure. But with your spreadsheet, when people put their supplies expense or eBay fees, etc., I never, as an accountant, prefer spreadsheets because of human error. I just can't trust it. That's why if I do work with someone with a spreadsheet, at the end of the year, I will do some reconciliations. So I'll pull a report from eBay, from TCG Player, PayPal, whatever it is, and just make sure we have something that's matching. Credit card statements, you don't want to transpose a number or miss a number. I'll probably make another video on the spreadsheet that I use. I have my own little buying and selling of cards that I'm building out a new spreadsheet for that. And I mean, whatever you're using, if you like it, that's great. There are a number out there. A lot of people use a similar template that kind of puts your purchase here and then your selling fees and shipping and so forth. So that's interesting. That way you can track per card, how did you do and so forth. There are multiple ways to do this. And so if you are looking for a better solution, reach out to me. Feel free to leave a comment with what works best for you and any tips that you have, because it's something we can all learn from each other. So with that, reach out if you have any questions, commenting on this video, or send me an email. But at Sports Card Tax Guy, I'm helping my clients trade their IRS stress for financial success. I'll talk to you soon.